So my name is Harry Lube, and I am the Chief Product Owner for the SAP IoT Application Enablement Services, which are part of the SAP Leonardo IoT Foundation. And that is why I'm here. I'm as well part of the project team that is working very closely together with Siemens on cooperation on the MindSphere platform. And I'm very happy today that we have Mr. Frech from Siemens here, as well as his colleague, who are going to introduce to us what MindSphere is about and how you can engage and make use of MindSphere. And at the very end, the three of us will be happy to assist in responding any questions that you have, be it on the MindSphere itself or on the cooperation that we're having. So, very warm welcome and happy to have Mr. Frech here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Please raise your hands if you have questions for either Christian, Karen, or Harry.
I will just stand up as well.
You need a mic. You need a.
I will need a mic.
Oh,
as
okay.
well. Hey, so I'd like to understand, or please help me in differentiation of the different offers. We learned a lot about SAP Leonardo, especially Marty from Caterpillar this morning on stage, who explained how they're using Leonardo in their manufacturings, etc. How do I differentiate from a customer perspective between MindSphere and SAP Leonardo? When do I use SAP Leonardo? When do I use MindSphere?
I think this question is for you. This is a mic. It's for children, but you can use it.
This is a joke. Okay, I mean, looking into the first of all, the MindSphere platform is built on the SAP Cloud platform, right? So parts of it is anyway Leonardo in MindSphere. When should you go into the MindSphere? I mean, as we heard, that Siemens is bringing a lot of expertise in the domain of the industrial machines, which we as SAP, we don't have, right? So meaning, on the one hand side, they have their own connectivity, which they do, where you can easily then plug in everything that is coming from Siemens, and even with the box that you can just plug on any of the machines, you can use their connectivity to get the data safe and secure into the cloud. So that is the one of the parts. The second one is then this big industry expertise that they're having, meaning the applications that are coming as such as a standard application on top of the MindSphere already there that you can leverage. Meaning if you then plug in your assets, then there might be, depending on where you're looking at, it could be for predictive maintenance and service. There we have certainly as well applications on Leonardo, then you have to decide which ones you prefer. Other ones for energy management or for particular parts of looking into Siemens machines may help you more there. Because in the very end, and that is something that we found out as well as the SAP, is it's in that IoT space, it's not that easy to provide a generic standard application that one fits all. Because the expertise that you have in interpreting the data and not just looking at the data, visualization everybody can do, but then having the right expertise to analyze the data and draw the right conclusions, to then trigger the right processes and make use of it and then get value out of this. This is often only possible if you have the right expertise. And there, if you're using a lot of Siemens anyway, then it probably is the right step to go into the MindSphere platform first. If it's not on this industry and it's not on these kind of machines, but in some other area of IoT, then you've got the choice.
Karen, I'm going to switch with you. Actually, that's meant to be thrown. So it'll be exactly. So
There's one.
the next question, we'll start slow.
Thank you. So you told us a lot about still in beta phase. So when did you start a beta phase, and when do you plan to launch it?
It's going to be launched on the 3rd of August. The beta phase is finishing like in 3 weeks.
So yeah, I had a quick question in terms of the operating model for this. So it looks like MindSphere sits in the digital factory as a business unit within Siemens. So if I'm in the transportation division and I want to use MindSphere and take it to customers, how would that work in terms of the structure?
It will work for sure, because we are not limited to the factories only. The only thing we need in the MindSphere is your data, your IoT, industrial IoT data. Whenever you send it from a factory, or you send it from a train, or from a ship, doesn't matter. and you can have a huge amount of apps to analyze and to just represent your data and do some interesting stuff with this. So, for example, we have this by default application. It's called Fleet Manager by Siemens. You get with every MindSphere account, every customer will get this Fleet Manager, and it allows out of the box just to see where your assets are physically located, whether they are moving geographically or if they are static, if they are staticals, then they will send some data and some sensor data, probably whatever data you want, and you can monitor it and you can do interesting stuff with this. You can even write your own application to do something special, and you can on the MindSphere you can also sell your applications to your customers.
Any other questions? You want to go for it?
Thank you for your presentation. Would you elaborate about the financial model in terms of from the customer point of view as well as the Siemens point of view? So how the customer will pay and how they make the money from the Siemens point of view?
So, okay, this is the pricing model is still in planning. We have a pricing model, but if the summer release will start, we will also have a new pricing model. So yeah. So this, then you can send me some email I can share with you later. Yeah, I will
So
answer
model
you.
itself is still ongoing.
Yeah.
I see.
It's pretty much finalized the pricing model. I can give you like a sneak preview.
Yeah.
It will be on the pay as you go basis. It's similarly as much data do you have in or as much data do you send to the cloud. It will be charged accordingly.
So
And
per data volume, you said?
just because of the amount, it depends on the amount of data you send to the cloud. And every portion of data, we have very small price or just some special different types of data as well. And it will be automatically calculated for you. And you will, it's also, if you know how much data are you going to send to the cloud, like just your estimation. And we will provide a calculation tool which will allow you to estimate your price so that you know if you start with MindSphere how you have like fixed price in your mind at least. You know how to which amount of money you have to invest in this product on the monthly basis. And we will have, I think, also some monthly fee. It will be not high for users and for developers. We will differentiate. Either you are just a user and you send your data to the cloud and just use this data, for example, with our already generic application, the Fleet Manager. Or if you are a developer, there is another price point. It's a little bit higher, but as a developer, you have different opportunities here. You have much bigger opportunities. You can sell your apps.
So it's a developer, it's a software developer.
Yes,
Yeah.
software app developer, I would say.
App developer.
So the number of the devices to be connected does not count?
It's
Only the
it
data
has no
volume.
limitation.
Only the data, not the device. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so.
You could have one device which will send a lot of data, and you could if you have different factories, for example, or different trains or whatever. The sources of the data. You could have different sources of the data which will just send the data, and it will be like, as my colleague said, depending on how much data you send to the cloud.
The plan was at the beginning to sell that the customer can buy, or the developer, some T-shirt size, let me say, yeah. But I think the model or the pricing model have changed. Yeah.
Question? We'll do a relay. I'm gonna. Ready?
The data that is going to be sent to your cloud is already treated data without noise, or
What kind of data did you say?
for instance, data from motors. If the motor starts,
Yes.
you have to know that he has started, or
You have to decide what data do you send to the cloud. It's just up to you.
so he's already.
We provide the tools, we provide the cloud, we provide devices, this gateway, we call them Mind Connect devices. There are actually a couple of them. And all new Siemens devices which have connectivity inside will, out of the box, provide this connectivity to the MindSphere inside of this device. For example, we have our modern controller, programming logical controller is a PLC S7 1500. It has already this functionality to send data to the cloud, and this PLC is a brain of the factory. It has the whole data from the factory, and it operates other machines on the factory. So it's the place where the data is located and where the data goes through. So, and you have these two Nano Connect devices which are different in sizes and in performance. And you are free. We will also provide a library, software library. It means you can set up your own computer as a factory or somewhere else. I say factory as an example in this case. You can set up your own computer. You can accumulate that data how you want to accumulate it. Our Nano Connect devices, they support our S7 protocol. This is the protocol of Siemens PLCs, which are PLCs are speaking. And we also support OPC UA, it's an open protocol. So,
May I have another question?
sure.
Are you going to compete with the Leonardo or not?
To me. So,
For both.
certainly.
I imagine that you are going to
Yeah,
surprise
I mean, it's a
supply-
competition that we have here, right? I mean, we are cooperating on the platform level. On the other hand side, with respect to the IoT, certainly we are as well in competition. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
I understand. Please.
Thank you for your presentation. Considering, if I understand right, there's MindSphere hardware connected to the devices, so you look into fixed assets in the first place, also to moving assets, or at a later stage, or did I understand it wrong?
It just, as I just mentioned, it doesn't matter what kind of assets do you have. It could be like some moving assets. It could be, this could be like big tankers somewhere in the sea. It could be trains, or it could be some static factory where you have motors, turbines, whatever.
Okay.
All equipment.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wow. You got it.
Okay. One question again, maybe to the commercialization. You mentioned that it's possible as a partner to build apps on the platform and to resell it. How is that looking like? Is it an OEM-like model, like embedded paths we have with SAP, or is that however structured, or do you have partner models like that?
Yeah, we have different models. Yeah, so we have also A partner, B partner, and C partner. Yeah, so I have only the A partner. This like SAP and Orange or HCL. Yeah, and it's different. And then we have to negotiate. We have some basic frame agreement, let me say, but including welcome package. But then we have to negotiate. We have to make let me say a kick-off workday to find out a value proposition together. Yeah.
But in general, it's possible to OEM MindSphere, because if I sell an app on top of it, I have the platform, let's say, included. Is that possible?
Yes, I think, yeah.
So
Normally
here you
it's
see
possible,
some excerpt of our third-party applications here. These are our big partners. You shouldn't be necessarily a partner of MindSphere to create an application for MindSphere. MindSphere is thought to be an open platform. It means the data you send from the southbound is open. We will be providing also in the future APIs to send data from your own devices. At this moment, we provide our own devices for this purpose because we are just launching right now. And we will also provide the software library. It's very convenient also and very flexible for our customers who will need to send data, so they are not binded to our hardware. And on top of the MindSphere, on the northbound, we are also open. We have open APIs APIs are, we have documents with the references. You can easily use them. If you register yourself as a developer, that's all you need, actually, to develop an app. And you can set your price tag onto the app. If you already have some customers who are willing to buy the app, great. Later this year, an app store will come up where you can just publish your app, and whenever, maybe some customers of Siemens would discover your app and buy it as well. And we are encouraging actually developers to join our program. Right now the beta phase is finishing, where we were pre-screening who is joining us. But after the beta phase, from the beginning of August, everybody is welcome to take part and develop their own use case and application.
Okay, so you mentioned MindSphere on-premise.
Where is the box?
This is here.
I see.
You mentioned MindSphere on-premise. So where do you see the use case, and when will it be available?
Yeah, maybe in the future. I mean, we don't have exact release date for this solution, but we are really considering as soon as we get our platform straight with our release and as soon as we get a big ecosystem here, we will be moving in this direction.
So, hello. If I will connect a factory to MindSphere, normally not all machines are controlled with Siemens PLCs. How open is MindSphere?
Well, it's not open source, but it's open standard. It means the connection from the bottom is also open with we have this software library, as I mentioned.
Okay.
You shouldn't have everything from Siemens. You can just have your own computer. Doesn't matter which brand. You can install this library. You can actually have a Raspberry Pi with this library on it. You collect the data. It's your problem how you do this. And with this software library, you will send it encrypted. It's very important. Very state-of-the-art encryption technology which we use now. You can send it encrypted. You only need an internet connection for this one. You can send it encrypted to the cloud, to our cloud.
Okay, thank you.
Any other
If a
questions?
customer is interested, for some, I don't know, for a customer's interest to buy some nanobox or to if they will sign a contract for MindSphere or as a developer, we can also offer the customer some idea workshops. Yeah.
Yes.
So if
Probably
you,
we have
if
to
you
mention
say,
this
okay,
one.
I have a lot of data, numbers in this cloud. What shall I do with that? Yeah. Then we also offer an idea workshops. Yeah. So for supply chain or service maintenance tools or apps which you can produce. Yeah. So
We actually have a training course for developers.
yeah, training
and,
for certificates also. Yeah.
with certification.
Yeah.
And I mean, to become a developer, you don't need much. You just have your documents. We will have developer guides. We will have API references. It's all open and available. It costs nothing. But if you or your company feels like it's maybe profitable also to send to some crash course, the current course goes for 3 days, but it may be changed. It may be shorter in time, or maybe will take the whole week.
We have a lot of trainings. I mean, approx 40, 50 different trainings. Yeah, and then you can participate in training. Some trainings you can also do online with certification and everything. Yeah.
Hello. Does MindSphere offer device management and things like OTA, so over-the-air updates for the devices that you're connecting with?
Yeah, at this point, we don't go too much in the devices which are connected. Only we have this MindConnect boxes, 2 of them right now, and they will have possibility to be updated online, like to get the newest firmware. But I don't mean yet now just further devices which are connected behind this router.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Do it again.
I think we have new customer here.
The idea is to close the loop in the future. I mean, acting directly in the motors. You got the data and you came directly to the motors or not?
You mean to send some
online controlling of motors or not, of machines?
It's
That's the
possible.
idea.
You mean that you not only receive the data, that you
going to
also can
receive
send
the
this
data.
data.
You are going
Yeah,
to
it's,
treat the
I
data
think-
for decision making.
Yeah.
What I mean is the loop control will be closed or not? I don't know, I'm asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as for now, the data flow goes one way. It's from the bottom to the top. You accumulate the data with these devices or with your computer with our library installed, maybe, and you send the data to the cloud. Later on, you can access this data, this factory data or whatever industrial IoT data, in the cloud through the applications. Whether it's our application, the Fleet Manager, or it could be your own application, or application from a third party. Now, you can store some data as well from the application in the MindSphere. We have, on the back end, we have relational databases, which we are providing there. And we have NoSQL databases for big data, mainly. Maybe if you analyze this data, which are coming from the IoT devices, and stored in our cloud, maybe you analyze it, and you have some results, reports, whatever. You can store it on MindSphere or somewhere else. It's up to you. But as for now, you cannot send the data back to the devices which are connected through the router on the factory and affect them in some way. One reason is security concerns. You cannot affect through the MindSphere your devices on the ground. But maybe in the future we will move in this direction, but it will be perfectly secure then.
No, you need some
We are just
safety
concerns here.
If someone is on a machine and during this time you send some update and you set up to this machine, it's too dangerous. So we can do that normally, but at the moment we will not do that. So it's too dangerous.
Any other questions? Well, if not, please join me in thanking Christian.
Thank you.
Karen.
Thank you to
and Harry.
Thank you.
Harry.